He's a wise guy, Dice. He's a wise guy.
Who?
Dice. He was supposed to call in yesterday. I said, we have to do the news, but Dice is on the phone. He was supposed to call in yesterday.
Did he miss the call yesterday?
He missed the call yesterday. And then we're in the middle of something else, and he's calling back in the office. He wants to get on. He's ready to get on. You know, I try to explain to him we do a show. Like on The Tonight Show, you go to the show, you got to show up.
That's right. If he was booked on The Tonight Show, he wouldn't show up a day later.
Yeah, this is what I try to tell him.
He treats this show as if it's not a professional operation. I wonder why.
Because he thinks he's God, like Marianne Williamson. But Dice is a friend of the show, so he's calling in to remind us about
He's taking advantage of that friendship.
He's got a couple of gigs in the area.
Yeah?
So it's the Dice Man. Where you been?
Hello?
Well, you just call and expect to be put right on?
Well, yeah, but number one, let me explain something to you. Nobody in their right mind would ever book me on The Tonight Show. Do you understand that?
I hear you.
Well, if you're going to act like this, of course not.
No, you can't be on The Tonight Show. You know, but for The Tonight Show, Dice would be there on time.
With bells on.
It could never happen. It could never happen.
Are you working on a movie?
You're not. I just got done with one.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I just finished it with me and Shannon Tweed.
Shannon Tweed, the stripper.
No, the playmate?
Yeah, she's a stripper.
That's Gene's chick.
Gene Simmons, is he still with her?
Yeah.
Shannon Tweed is this knockout.
Yeah.
I used to read her in Playboy, though, when I was like a kid.
Not a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, it hasn't been that
She's
long.
no spring chicken, right, Dice?
Very nice girl.
Did you get her?
Well, I got a lot of pictures.
Yeah. She's very good looking. She's got a really good body.
We had a lot of fun. We went to Canada.
Now, someone told me in the movie she plays your mother.
Oh. But he's got a thing for her.
Yeah. And you get it on with your...
that was a breastfeeding scene.
Yeah. You get it on with your mother in that movie. Now, when is this movie going to be out?
Oh, who knows? It'll probably never come out. I shot it in Canada.
Right. It'll be shown in Canada.
It's like a Die Hard type of movie.
Oh, do you play an action in a hero?
No, I'm not the hero. I'm the terrorist.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
So was that good for you?
So I just wanted to actually see if I could really act. That's why I took the part.
And could you act?
And plus, nobody else offered me anything, so I took the job.
You're tired of sitting at home.
So did you find that you could act?
Yeah, it was. I did a good job with it.
Right.
And, it was fun. It was a goof.
Right.
Well, you know Andrew can act.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
But I never played like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just cold-blooded killer. And I love when they did interviews with me and they like you to explain the kind of character.
Yeah.
Like it's a real thing going on.
Yeah, right.
Because I can't do that.
Like you
and I don't have patience for that.
Like you,
and I won't do it.
Like you understand the character's motivation for doing things and all that.
And who he is as a person.
Totally. I knew nothing of the script when I got there.
You didn't memorize it ahead of time?
I didn't remember. They said, what'd you do for preparation? I told them the truth. Nothing.
Yeah. That's how I plan on doing my movie. Now, what is this? You're going to be appearing where? Valley Forge Music Fair in Philadelphia tonight. Is that where you are now?
No, I'm on my way. We're at the airport.
Where are you, in Los Angeles?
I've been circling, waiting to talk to you. Never do that to me again.
I made him wait on purpose.
But you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to love it. As we were waiting, we were in front of the United Terminal. Who comes walking by? And I call him. Seinfeld.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Is this for real?
Yeah. Now, I haven't seen Jerry in a long time.
Right.
So I figured come over. So he goes, hi, Andy. Which I hate that name.
Right.
Andy.
Yeah. Well, he's
and he just kept walking. I go, wait, I'm going on with Stern in a minute. Come say hello.
Ooh.
And he just keeps walking.
Right.
This guy's an idiot. I gotta tell you.
Of course.
Built like a golf club, too.
You mean you saw Seinfeld and you said, hey, come on the house?
Jerry Seinfeld.
Was he
from the Kramer Show?
Yeah. Was he on with that?
I like the Kramer Show.
Was he there with that?
They got to get somebody better to play his part.
Hey, what about the girlfriend, the young girlfriend?
I don't like him for that.
Who?
For what he just did.
No, I know you don't.
I mean, what's his big rush? Where's he going?
Yeah, he's probably coming here to New York to see the young girlfriend.
Yeah. To see his toddler?
Yeah, the toddler.
No, that really, I'm trying not to curse. It really aggravated me.
Right.
to the point I wanted to smack his head through the cement.
So he just kept walking? He
You know,
didn't even say
yeah,
anything?
I mean, this is a guy I know, so you don't start. Even if you didn't get on with the show,
Well, you don't
stop
just...
for 2 seconds. How's everything going?
No, he's a big star. He can't talk to you.
Yeah.
He's a big man in the industry.
You know, he was with some other guy. You know, I'm not going to say he's doing anything with him, but they were very close.
So the thing was, you see this guy. He's a fellow comic. You know him for years. And
Exactly.
Hi, Andy.
Because he's on television, he doesn't have time to stop.
Well, it's
like
the same
I've never
thing.
been on television.
I said to the guy when I met him, I said, "You're just using me." I said, as soon as I push your show up to #1 in the ratings, you won't come on this show anymore. No, that's not true. I like the show.
Oh, no, I do the show because I like
it.
Yeah, that whole drooling thing he does.
Is his head still very huge?
I'm telling you, he looks like a golf club.
Yeah, his head is
He
bigger.
a golf club.
Isn't his head too big for his body?
That's all it is. It's a head on like a stick.
Right, because I heard.
Yeah, somebody told me he's gotten extremely thin, too.
Who was the guy who told you, Robin, that that Jerry was going for head reduction surgery?
He really should, because, you know, he should look good, especially next to Michael Richards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's
Yeah.
a big, you know, guy.
Right, right.
You know, I love the Michael Richards show. But they got to replace this Seinfeld guy.
So, in other words, he couldn't stop and speak to you. And by calling you Andy, it's almost like everyone knows your name is Andrew.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that just does something to me.
I got to really go.
Hey, look, if you got to go, you got to go.
And we'll be back right after these words.